Gather round, dear traveller, and lend me your ear as I recount a tale that has long haunted my solitude high upon these ancient, mist-wreathed peaks. My name is Gabriel Montrose, and what I am about to share is a confession carved deep into my soul, a warning to all who dare tread the perilous path of greed and despair. I was born in a humble village in the remote countryside, where my parents toiled the land with honest, calloused hands. In my youth, I learned the virtues of hard work and integrity, even as I felt the bitter sting of poverty's cold grasp. My early nights were spent shivering in worn shoes and an empty belly, while my parents' eyes whispered silent apologies for all we could not have. Determined to change my fate, I ventured to the bustling sprawl of a great city. The flashing neon lights, towering buildings, and ceaseless clamor both enchanted and intimidated me. There, I began as a lowly cleaner at a bank. But through tireless nights of study and labor, I slowly climbed the ladder of success. By my mid-20s, I had become a junior manager, and it was then that I met Mary, the love who would soon become my wife and the mother of our 3 dear children, Peter, Annette, and Jonathan. In those early years, modest happiness was our constant companion, though I scarcely realized the heavy burden of responsibility that would come to shadow our joy. As my children grew, so too did the weight of unfulfilled desires. Bills mounted like storm clouds, and their dreams, Peter's need for a dental brace, Annette's wish for ballet lessons, Jonathan's budding talent for soccer, seemed ever beyond our modest means. In my desperation, I sought escape in wagers, first in small-time games, then in horse races, and eventually in the clandestine glow of a casino. Each loss gnawed at my soul, and though I feigned business meetings to conceal my folly from Mary, guilt grew as unyielding as the winter winds. One fateful night, as I wandered the rain-slicked streets of that relentless city, my heart heavy with despair, I heard a voice soft as a midnight breeze. "Seems you're troubled, friend," it murmured. I turned, and there, emerging from the murk, stood a tall, elegant figure in a pitch-black suit. His face was handsome, almost angelic, yet his eyes burned with a strange, icy fire. "Who are you?" I stammered, my voice quivering like a leaf in a gale. The stranger's smile was both alluring and foreboding. "I am one who can solve all your troubles, Gabriel. I can bestow upon you riches beyond your wildest dreams." I should have fled then, returning to the warmth of my humble home and Mary's loving embrace. But greed and despair had ensnared me, and before I could protest, his voice dropped to a conspiratorial whisper. "In exchange, you must surrender your 3 children." The shock hit me like a mountain avalanche. I had bartered not just my soul, but the future of Peter, Annette, and Jonathan. Yet, as his words echoed in the still night, a cruel temptation stirred within me. The promise of a life free from debt, adorned with mansions, luxurious cars, and the respect I had always coveted. With a trembling heart, I accepted his unholy bargain. That very night, under a full somber moon casting ghostly light upon my tear-streaked face, I met the devilish figure at the appointed place. "So, Gabriel, what is your decision?" he hissed. With my soul shrouded in sorrow and guilt, I whispered, "I accept." In that dreadful moment, my children were snatched from my embrace, their screams swallowed by a gaping portal that opened behind the sinister man. Their cries, mingled with my own, still echo in the dark corridors of my memory. In the days that followed, my fortune inexplicably turned. I repaid every debt, acquired a grand mansion, and bathed in wealth that had once been my unattainable dream. Yet beneath the gilded veneer, a curse festered. Mary, once radiant with joy, sank into a chasm of despair. Our home became a prison echoing with the phantom laughter of our lost children. I tried to dismiss it as a cruel nightmare, but every burned mark and every whisper of wind confirmed the unyielding truth. Tormented by guilt and endless regret, I scoured the hidden realms of the occult in search of a way to reclaim what I had so foolishly forfeited. From the deepest jungles to secret temples in far-off lands, I bartered with mystics and sorcerers, each revelation a bitter reminder of the irreversible price of my bargain. Then came the night of reckoning, a night of relentless storms in a forgotten quarter of New Orleans. In a candlelit chamber suffused with the aroma of ancient incense, I encountered a crone of voodoo. With sorrowful eyes, she warned, "The price of ambition is eternal, but redemption, if it exists, demands a cost far greater than you can bear." With those words, I was led down a path of dark rituals and forbidden incantations. In a profane chamber beneath my mansion, I began an ancient rite beneath the new moon, desperate to breach the veil between worlds and summon my children back. It was then that the devil reappeared, his cruel smile more menacing than ever. "Gabriel, you have made your choice," he sneered. My plea for my children was met with cold laughter. With a simple gesture, he dragged my dear ones through a swirling portal, their anguished cries the final sound I heard before the void sealed shut. The horror did not end there. In the wake of that unholy exchange, my very soul was forever marred. I was condemned to roam an endless inferno, a realm of torment where time itself was a cruel illusion. I witnessed my children suffer unspeakable fates, Peter shackled in flames, Annette wandering a barren desert of despair, and Jonathan trapped in a searing lake of molten agony. Their tormented voices haunted my every step, a ceaseless dirge of parental anguish. In this accursed realm, I was forced to relive my darkest moments in a labyrinth of distorted memories, a ceaseless cycle of guilt and regret. Even as I clung to the bittersweet memories of my children's laughter and love, the infernal torment gnawed at me, stripping away pieces of my humanity until I found myself transforming into a monstrous echo of the very demons I had once feared. Yet amidst the endless suffering, a stubborn ember of love endured. In the depths of my despair, I vowed never to forget the warmth of a child's smile or the tender embrace of family. Each fleeting memory became my beacon in the oppressive darkness, a fragile reminder of who I once was, a father who, despite his grievous mistakes, still cherished the light of love. And so, as I sit here in my secluded mountain refuge, the wind whispering ancient secrets through the pines, I share my tale with you. Let it serve as a cautionary fable. No earthly riches or promises of fortune can ever outweigh the priceless treasure of family and the perilous cost of a soul betrayed by greed. Remember well, dear traveler, that the devil does not bargain. He merely takes, leaving you to wander an eternity of sorrow. May this old mountain tale echo in your heart, a timeless warning against the seduction of easy wealth and the irreversible price of forsaking what truly matters.